You won't believe it. A woman found a 10-year loyal dog at the station. Is this a tragedy or a comedy? And his dog has been waiting at the station for 10 years like a confused statue. Hachiko has lost his youthful charm, and for a dog, 10 years is basically a lifetime. It's more like a dog's entire life. Human loyalty can't even compare. This risky dog nailed loyalty goals. The hot dog vendor even sheds a tear, probably the only one who knows Hachiko's 10-year-long saga. The woman truly sensed the deep loneliness the dog had endured while waiting alone all those years. This film is based on a true event, and since its release in 2009. Subtitles, 1.5 M viewers cry, rating it 9.4. Dog owners dare not watch it again. It's the story of Hachiko, set in a little town at a bustling train station where a clean-furred pup gets lost in the crowd and, by fate, he bumps into a music professor, Parker. Coming home from Parker gently picks him up, still on the lookout for the dog's owner, but when the last train pulls away, nobody shows up. So, Parker asks the station manager to keep the dog until its owner comes, but the manager says, only one night. If no one claims the dog next day, it'll go to the shelter. Parker fears its fate amid the manager's coldness. Eventually, he decides to take the dog home. But since his wife isn't a fan of pets, Parker sneaks the pup into the office. He tells the dog not to make any noise. Just as he's about to close the door, his wife comes out to greet him and says mysteriously, "Got a surprise for you." Parker chuckles, suspecting she may have one for him too. He glances at the office as he goes upstairs. He silently prays the little guy can keep quiet tonight, but minutes later, the dog jumps off the couch and playfully hits the piano. His wife senses the commotion, and Parker, feeling a bit guilty, suggests it might be a tree branch hitting the window. Then the dog opens the office door. Sniffing, he dashes upstairs, sees the intimate pair on the bed, and curiously licks the wife's foot, leaving Parker like a guilty kid. Parker explains the dog's backstory and promises to take him to find his owner first thing in the morning. His wife is mad, but reluctantly agrees. Parker settles the pup in the storage room. He spreads a cozy blanket, places toys, and pours water. After preparing all, Parker turns off the light but leaves a glimmer. The dog watches him go, eyes filled with sorrow and reluctance. Next morning, Parker's daughter hugs the dog and asks her mom for a photo. She loves it. She wants to keep him, but her wife strongly objects. She doesn't dislike dogs, she once had one. Watching that dog grow old and get sick was heartbreaking. It sapped all her energy. She's afraid of going through that again, scared of getting attached and having to say goodbye again. Parker understands her feelings but takes the dog to the shelter first. He asks if they can foster the pup, but staff say no, only 2 weeks have left. With no room in sight, Parker thinks long and hard, then takes the dog to his friend's bookstore to ask for a favor. He asks if he can post missing dog notices on the window, and at that moment, the dog peeks out, instantly melting his friend's heart. One mountain can't hold 2 tigers. Seeing the pup bullied, Parker hurriedly took him away after searching unsuccessfully for hours. He carried the pup to a food stall, ordered his usual coffee, and casually asked if the owner wanted a dog. The owner declined, saying he preferred cash. The owner isn't keen, claiming dogs just aren't his thing. Undeterred, Parker goes back to the station manager to ask if anyone's been looking for the dog. The negative answer left him a bit down. He then asked to post a notice. Nearly late, he sneaked the pup onto the train. Dog's whimper catches wealthy passengers' notice. As animals are banned on trains, Parker fears being reported. Calmly, he uses a newspaper to mimic a dog. This dispelled the rich man's doubts. In class, the pup broke free from the backpack, ran around the stage, and lay down to rest when tired. He's totally unfazed by the new environment, and after class, Parker learns from a friend that this is an Akita from Japan, with a B carved tag meaning good fortune in Japanese culture. Parker names him Hachiko. Then he turns to his friend, asking if he wants to adopt him, but the friend laughs, saying Hachiko has already made a choice. Parker's a bit puzzled. After work, Parker brings Hachiko home. His wife, exasperated, realizes he wants to adopt when hearing the name. Once you name a dog, they'll stay in your heart forever. Parker denies it, and they find Hachiko missing during the argument. When Parker finally finds him, Hachiko has destroyed his wife's model that she spent months on. Furious, his wife kicks them out of guilty. Parker locks Hachiko in the storage room. At night, amidst howling winds, Hachiko watches the argument through cracks. He realizes he messed up and lies quietly in the storage room. But Parker, worried about the pup being scared, sneaks him out. He places him in a warm room, but after another big fight with his wife, Parker chooses the couch with Hachiko instead of heading back to They settle in to watch a baseball game, munching popcorn together without a care. When his wife hears the noise and comes down, she sees her husband asleep on the couch. As she turns off the TV, Hachiko licks his hand, making her roll her eyes. He wakes up, sees Parker awkwardly apologize while holding the puppy, and her annoyance starts to fade away. The next morning, Parker takes Hachiko outside to play fetch, but the pup just stares at him blank. After failing to make Hachiko fetch the bowl several times, the dog picks it up to show Parker. Just then, his wife gets a call. Someone is on the line wanting to adopt a dog. Just as he's grabbing paper to jot down the details, he looks up to his daughter and husband playing with Hachiko outside. Since their last pet passed, such a warm scene hadn't been seen at home. The wife's heart finds. As a result, she refused the adoption call, and from then on, Hachiko officially becomes a member of the family. As time passes, Hachiko becomes a big dog, sticking to Parker constantly. Whenever Parker leaves for work, Hachiko stands pathetically by the door, staring at him. One day, he can't bear loneliness and dashes out of the yard.